Hello friends, a very good afternoon to all of you and welcome back once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I'm here with our next session, part number 3 on CMAT 2024, all about CMAT quantitative techniques and data interpretation. Now here in this session, we'll be discussing some questions of quant and a set of data interpretation having 5 questions. Now through these questions, definitely like you will be able to take your revision ahead towards the CMAT 2024 examination. All right. Now, in this session, we'll be solving some questions of quant and data interpretation, and I'll be showing all these questions one by one, and we'll give you somewhere around 45 seconds to 1 minute to solve every question. In case the question is lengthy, I may give you some extra time as well. Now, I want all of you, those who are attending this session in a live, those who are attending this session live, or those who may be watching the recording of the session later on, which will be available on YouTube. So, I want whenever you will be watching this session, all of you should be solving the questions simultaneously. Okay, so don't just sit and watch, do something on a piece of paper, do some rough work, and try to solve all these questions in the stipulated time that I am giving you. All right. So let's begin solving these questions. Now, these questions, I can say that are made on the concepts which have been previously asked in CMAT examination. Also, the students who are attending this session, these sessions will also be helpful for MHCT examination. Okay. So, without wasting our time, let's quickly begin solving these questions. The first question will appear on your screen in a few moments. Be ready with a sheet of paper and a pen. Do some rough work and post your answer in the chat box. Question number 1 on your screen now. Now, this is the question on time, speed, distance, the concept of trains. So, read the question, solve it, and post your answer in the chat box. A train moving at uniform speed covers a lamppost in 5 seconds and a platform of length 100 meters in 7 seconds. Find the time it will take to cross another train of the same length coming from the opposite side on a parallel rate track running at double the speed. A very simple, straightforward question on the concept of trains of time, speed, distance. Let's see who will be the first person to answer this one. Hello, Prateek. Hello, everyone. Those who are watching this session live. Now, Shubham, you are asking, are these videos enough for cracking MHCT examination if you have studied all the basics? Now, Shubham, first of all, to be very true, nothing is enough. Okay. Now, what do you mean by cracking CET examination? Are you targeting any particular score or percentile? Are you targeting any particular college? Also, it totally depends on the level at which you are right now. So, my advice will be practice as many questions as possible. Definitely, these sessions are going to help you in your preparation. It will make your preparation stronger, but cannot say that these sessions will be enough. Okay, I'll not say that just go through the basics and watch only these sessions and you'll be able to get an admission in JBIMS. No, I cannot say that. It totally depends on a lot of other factors as well. All right. So definitely you need to practice as many questions as possible if you are aiming a very good college. Okay. All right. Now let's start solving this one. Now, train moving at a uniform speed covers a lamp post in 5 seconds. So this is one important thing. And platform of length 100 meters in 7 seconds. Now let's say the speed of this train, the first train is length of this train is L1 and speed is S1, the first train. Okay. In the question, in the entire question, there are two trains, right? So L1 and S1. Now, Athar, I'll be answering your question after I'm done with the discussion of this. Okay. Now, it covers a lamppost in 5 seconds. So I can say that L1 upon S1 is equal to 5. And it covers a platform of length 100 meters in 7 seconds. So L1 plus 100, the distance traveled, again divided by the speed, is equal to 7. Okay. So now you have two equations and two variables. So if I'll simplify the second equation, I can write it as L1 upon S1 plus 100 upon S1 is equal to 7. Right? Okay. Now L1 upon S1, I can pick the value from the first equation. L1 upon S1 is equal to 5. So from here, I can say that 100 upon S1 will be equal to 7 minus 5, that is 2. So from here, I'll get the speed of the first train, that is 100 upon 2, which is 50. Okay, so this is the first thing. S1 is equal to 50. All right. Now substituting the value of S1 in the first equation, I'll get the length of first train. So length of first train will be 50 multiplied by 5, that is 250. The units will be meters or meters per second for length and the speed. Okay, so I'm not writing these units. So length of the first train is 250, speed of the first train is 50. All right. Now let's move towards the second statement, the second train. Now we'll have to find out the time the same train will take to cross another train of same length. So another train length is same. I'm sorry, it is not 100, it is 250. So length of second train is 250 meters and the speed of second train is double the speed of the first train. Speed of first train is 50, speed of second train will be equal to 100. All right. Now the time the first train will take to cross the second train. So distance it will have to cover will be the sum of the lengths of both the trains. Okay. Now the second train is moving in opposite direction. Okay. So the relative speed will be the sum of the speeds. So S1 plus S2. So this will be the time taken by the first train to completely cross the second train, which is moving in the opposite direction at a double speed. Okay. So L1 plus L2, that is 250 plus 250 divided by S1 plus S2. S1 is 50 and S2 is 100. So answer will be 500 upon 150. That is 10 upon 3. That is 3.33 seconds. So the correct answer of this question should be option B. And I can see that Shubhangi has given a correct answer. Option B is absolutely correct. All right. So the correct answer is option B for question number one. Let's move on to question number two. Now look at question number two. Meanwhile, I'll answer the question asked by Athar. Athar says CMAT and CT both exams are same difficulty level. Now Athar, if I talk about quantitative ability, logical reasoning, data interpretation, verbal, so more or less the level of difficulty is similar. ठीक है, ज़्यादा gap नहीं है, ज़्यादा difference नहीं है. The difference is in the type of questions which are asked. Okay, so if you look at MHCT examinations, so you will see a lot of questions from abstract reasoning. Okay, so there are lots of differences between these two examinations. One is the total number of questions, right? In CMAT, we have only 100 questions. So number of questions is different in these two examinations. All right. Then the type of questions in a same section like abstract reasoning. Then the number of sections. In CMAT, you have two extra sections, general awareness and innovation and entrepreneurship. These two things are not asked in MHCT examination. Okay. So overall, if you're talking about the level of difficulty, so yes, level of difficulty for quant, reasoning, data interpretation, and verbal is more or less similar. Okay. So second question, find the capacity of the vessel if in liters, if 10 liters of the mixture from the vessel consisting of chemicals A and B in the ratio 2 is to 7 is removed and replaced with a chemical, thereby changing the ratio of A and B to 4 is to 11. Now you can directly apply the formula of removal and replacement that you would have learned in mixtures and allegations. So mixtures and allegations का removal replacement का formula directly apply हो जाएगा. If you have studied that formula, good, you can apply that. If you have not studied the formula, immediately after this session is over, go back and study the basics of mixtures and allegations. Any answer for question number 2? Now, if you understand that formula, if you know that formula, then this is a question of hardly, I'll say 30 seconds or maximum 45 seconds. 45 seconds से ज़्यादा नहीं लगेंगे if you know that formula. Okay. Now, I'll write that formula. Formula says that final fraction of A or B, we'll talk about that, is equal to initial fraction bracket total solution minus the solution which is removed divided by total solution raised to the power number of times the step is repeated. Okay. Now removal and replacement. Now replacement जिस भी चीज से किया है, like here we have two chemicals A and B. Generally in these questions you will find milk and water. All right. So here we have two chemicals A and B. Now, some part is removed and is replaced with chemical A. So, if the replacement is done with chemical A, then the formula will be applicable on chemical B. जिस चीज से रिप्लेसमेंट करते हैं दूसरी वाली चीज पे फॉर्मूला अप्लाई करते हैं. ठीक है. So we have replaced with chemical A, so formula will be applicable on chemical B, right? Now final fraction of chemical B. So A is to B finally is 4 is to 11. So final fraction of chemical B will be part of B divided by total. So 11 divided by 4 plus 11, that is 15. So 11 upon 15 is equal to initial fraction of B. Now 2 is to 7 is the ratio of A and B. So initial fraction will be part of B divided by 2 plus 7, that is 9. Bracket total solution. So let's assume that the total solution is X minus how much we are removing? We are removing 10 divided by total solution and raised to the power number of times the step is repeated. Here the step is repeated only once, so the power will be 1. So this is the equation in front of you. This is the relation. You can do cross multiplication, you can do cancellation and find out the value of x. Okay, so x का value calculate करते हैं. So first of all 15 and 9 cancel हो जाएंगे. यहाँ पे 5 and यहाँ पे 3. So 33 upon 35 is equal to x minus 10 upon x. So 33x cross multiplication is equal to 35x minus 350. So 2x is equal to 350. The value of x will be equal to 350 divided by 2. Okay, now 350 divided by 2, the answer will be 175. So the capacity of the vessel should be 175 liters. The correct answer should be option A. So option A, 175 liters is absolutely correct. Okay. Does not matter if you have given me a right answer or a wrong answer. Important is you must learn this concept. You must understand this concept. Okay. Let's move on and look at the next question, question number 3. Now 2 raised to the power 3a plus 2 is given as 16,384. and 3 raised to the power 2b minus 3 is given as 19,683. You'll have to find out the values of a and b, and then the question is find the value of a plus b. Yes, Athar, MMS. So, Athar, if you know that most of the universities which are affiliated to the education board in Maharashtra, they offer MMS instead of MBA. Okay, now the name is different, but the value of this degree is exactly the same. Okay, so it has different names: MBA, MMS, postgraduate diploma in management. So all of them, if I talk about their value in the industry, it is absolutely same. All right, Anshi has given an answer. Very good, Anshi. Now the only task here is you'll have to convert this number in the power of 2 and convert this number in the power of 3. So can you tell me 16,384 is which power of 2? 16,384. It will take 15 to 20 seconds. You understand 2 raised to the power 10 is 1024. So 1000 से मुझे 16,000 पे जाना है. So I should be multiplying it by 16. Okay. So 16 क्या होता है? 2 raised to the power 4. So 2 raised to the power 14 will be equal to 16,384 if you'll multiply these two. Okay. All right. So 2 raised to the power 14. So I'll compare the powers. 3a plus 2 is equal to 14. The value of a comes out to be 4. All right. Now similarly, which power of 3 is 19,683? Now 3 raised to the power 4 is 81. Right? 3 raised to the power 4 is 81. 81 multiply 81 is 6561. 81 is 3 raised to the power 4. Okay, that is 3 raised to the power 8 is 6561. Now इसको अगर मैं 3 से multiply करता हूँ, multiplied by 3, so I'll get 19,683. So Anshi, it will not be 3 raised to the power 7, it will be 3 raised to the power 9. Okay, Anshi? So 3 raised to the power 9 is the 3 raised to the power 2b minus 3. So 2b minus 3 is equal to 9, and the value of b will be equal to 6. So a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 6. You can calculate the value of a plus b, which will come out to be option B, that is 10. So 10 should be the correct answer of this question. All right. So that was question number 3. Let's quickly move on to question number 4. Question number 4, a simple question of compound interest. You must get a correct answer for this question at least. Tanay, yes, you are doing studies, but mock में अच्छा score नहीं आ रहा है. That means there is still some gap. ठीक है? So ऐसा होता है ना कि मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ, but result अच्छा नहीं आ रहा. मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मेरी पढ़ाई में तो कोई कमी नहीं है. So what is the problem? So the only problem is the amount of studies, the amount of knowledge it is required to get a good score. अभी उस चीज तक नहीं पहुंच पाए. ठीक है? So still there is some gap. So keep studying. I would say that I would give you only one suggestion. देखो, कहावत सुनी होगी कि जितना गुड़ डालोगे उतना मीठा होगा. ठीक है ना? हाँ. So the more you will practice, the more score you will get. ओके, तो जितना ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस करोगे, जितने ज्यादा क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करोगे, ठीक है, जितना ज्यादा अपने मॉक एग्जाम को कोई भी टेस्ट दे रहे हो उसको एनालिसिस करोगे अच्छे से, उतना ही स्कोर इंप्रूव होता रहेगा. ओके, सो व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज, obviously you need to study, you need to study the concepts, you need to learn the concepts, you need to practice a lot of questions, and then you need to take test. Now, writing a test does not improve your score. So that means there is something which is lacking. Now, what you have to do is after you take any test, you take a topic test, you take a sectional test, whatever test you take, make sure that you are doing a proper analysis after the test. So, let's say you are writing a test of 1 hour. So, spend 2 more hours on the analysis and find out the mistakes you have made, find out your weak areas, and then spend one entire day in learning all those things, in improving all those things that like all about all the mistakes you have committed in the test. Okay, so the process of learning, it is a never ending process. Fine, even one day before your examination you might learn something. Okay, the quantity of your learning will keep on reducing. अभी ज़्यादा learning की ज़रूरत है. Gradually, if you keep learning things, if you keep practicing things, it will start decreasing. But definitely, this is an examination of practice. So if you are studying, let's say for 4 or 5 hours in a day, increase the number of hours. So study for 7, 8 hours a day. If you are already studying for 7, 8 hours a day, increase. So keep increasing the number of hours that you are spending. Okay. All right. Now let's have a look at this question. Now this is the question of compound interest. So amount is equal to principal bracket 1 plus rate upon 100 raised to the power number of years or number of periods. Okay. Now the sum becomes 343 upon 216 times. So if P is the principal, then amount is equal to 343 upon 216 times the principal. Okay. Now let's say R is the rate of interest. Okay. Now this is compounded half yearly. You'll have to look at this. So R is the rate of interest per annum, and the rate of interest is compounded half yearly for 1.5 years. Time is 1.5 years. Okay. Now we have to find out the rate of interest. So let's see how to use the formula. Now amount 343 upon 216 times P is equal to principal bracket 1 plus rate of interest. Now this rate of interest is given per annum, 1 year. But the rate, the principal, this interest is compounded half yearly. So rate of interest is given per annum and calculation is done half yearly. So I should be taking the rate of interest for half the year. So one complete year का rate of interest R है, तो half year का कितना हो जाएगा R upon 2. Okay, divided by 100 raised to the power number of periods, number of times this is repeated. So half year, half year, half year. How many half yearly periods will be there in one and a half year? Okay, 1.5 year में half year के 3 periods होंगे. So the power will be 3. So here the power is number of time periods. All right. Now simplify this and you will get the answer. P will get cancelled. 343 upon 216 is 7 upon 6 whole cube, which will be 1 plus R upon 200 power 3. Okay, now cubic powers will get cancelled. So 7 upon 6 will be 1 plus R upon 200. Okay, and the value of R that you will get will be 200 upon 6. That is 100 upon 3. That is 33.33 percentage. So 33.33 percentage, option A is the correct answer of this question. Now moving on, question number 5 on your screen. Now, bag contains blue, green, and sand color balls in the ratio 4 is to 7 is to 2. If the probability of picking up two green balls randomly is 7 upon 25, then find the total number of balls in the bag. One answer I've already got for Pranay. Though with these options you can easily mark the answer. Okay, ज़्यादा calculations की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, but still I'll show you the complete calculation. ठीक है? Now number of balls are in the ratio of 4 is to 7 is to 2. So I'll assume 4x, 7x and 2x. So total number of balls will be 13x. Fine. So I can say that the number of balls should be a multiple of 13, right? So number of balls cannot be half, cannot be fraction, cannot be decimal. So it has to be a multiple of 13. Now there is only one multiple of 13 in the options, that is 26. So you can straight away mark 26 as the answer. But what if in adverse conditions, all the options are given which are the multiples of 13? Okay, so let's say this option is 13, this option is 39, this option is 52. So what to do in that scenario? Let's understand. Okay, right? So I've assumed the number of balls as 4x blue color balls, 7x green color balls, and 2x sand color balls. We have to find the probability of picking two green balls. Okay. Now I'll pick the balls one by one. Okay. So I'll pick the first ball. So let's say the first ball is green color. So how many green color balls are there? The number of green color balls is 7x out of the total balls, which are 13x. Okay. Multiplied by, now after picking one green ball, the number of green balls which are left is 7x minus 1, and the total number of balls which are left is 13x minus 1. So now I want to pick second ball which is also green in color. So number of green balls 7x minus 1 divided by total number of balls left, that is 13x minus 1. Okay, now this probability is given as 7 upon 25. Okay, so now you can simplify, do cross multiplications, get the value of x and get the answer. So 7x, 7 cancels, x cancels. So doing cross multiplication, 175x minus 25 is equal to 169x minus 13. So 6x is equal to 12. The value of x comes out to be 2. Now the value of x is 2. Total number of balls was 13x. That means 13 multiplied by 2, which is 26. Okay, so 26 is the correct answer. Fine. So what you can do is before you start solving the question, you can evaluate the options as well. अगर options इस तरीके से दिए हुए हैं, तो 26 can be the only answer. But if all the options are the multiples of 13, then we need to solve this question. Okay. So here the correct answer is 26. That is option B. Let's move on and look at the next question. Now the next question is a set of data interpretation. There are 5 questions related to this set. So have a look at the directions which are given on your screen. Post yes in the chat box once you want me to take you to the questions. So एक बार इस बार ग्राफ को properly check कर लो, देख लो. The bar graph will be given with every question. Don't worry, no need to note down the values. You can just look at this bar graph. Post yes in the chat box once you are done, and then I will take you to the questions. Yes, shall we move on to the questions? Now, the data here given is Spain. The graph given below shows the number of resolutions passed by 5 countries, members only in the UNA across year. So, the number of resolutions passed. So, number of resolutions passed: Spain, India, US, Germany, and France. About 5 countries, the data is given. Now, Spain, the value is 60, as you can read from the graph. Then India, it is 80, USA 70, Germany 40, and France it is 90. All right. So the first question based on this data is, what is the ratio of the sum of the number of resolutions passed by Spain and USA to the sum of the number of resolutions passed by the remaining countries in UNA across years? Very simple question. Quickly have a look at this and give me an answer. And this one is the simple question. Some of the number of resolutions passed by Spain and USA. Now, Spain is 60, USA is 70. So, 60 plus 70, and its ratio with some of the resolutions passed by the remaining countries. Remaining, India is 80, Germany 40, and France 90. So 80 and 40 to 120, 120 and 90, 210. So 80 plus 40 plus 90. Okay. So it is the 130 and denominator is 210. So the ratio comes out to be 13 upon 21. Okay, 13 upon 21. None of the first four options. So the correct answer should be none of the above. That is option E. So question number 6, the correct answer is option E. All right, fine. Okay, let's move on and look at question number 7. Now, question number 7, if the ratio of the number of resolutions passed by men and women of France is in the ratio 2 is to 3, then what is the number of resolutions passed by men of France? Yes, quick calculations. Now, what is the total number of resolutions passed in France? It is 90. Now, I have to divide 90 in the ratio 2 is to 3. So, number of men and number of women, the ratio is 2 is to 3. So, the value for number of men will be part of men 2 divided by the sum 2 plus 3, which is 5, multiplied by the total number of resolutions. Simply, I have divided 90 in the ratio 2 is to 3. Okay, so this value comes out to be 36. So 36 is the number of resolutions passed by men in France. Option A. Yes, Abhishek, definitely option A is the correct answer. Next question, question number 8. If the ratio of the number of resolutions passed by men and women of Spain is in the ratio 2 is to 1, Then what is the difference between the number of resolutions passed by men and women of Spain? So talking about Spain, total number of resolutions is 60, and I have to divide it in the ratio 2 is to 1. Okay. So number of resolutions for men will be 2 by 3 of 60, which is 40. And for women, it will be 1 upon 3 of 60, that is 20. Okay. So number of resolutions for men and women are 40 and 20 respectively. And we'll have to find out the difference between these two numbers. So 40 and 20, the difference will be 20. So the correct answer should be option B. Abhishek and Devesh, both of you have given a correct answer. Next question, question number 9. The number of resolutions passed by India is what percentage of the total number of resolutions passed by 5 countries in UNA across years? Number of resolutions passed by India is what percentage of the total number of resolutions passed by 5 countries in UNA across years? So these are the values from the bar graph. Number of resolutions passed by India is 80 as a percentage of total number of resolutions. 60 plus 80 is 140, 140 and 70, 210, plus 40, 250, plus 90, 340, multiplied by 100. Okay. Now, 0 will get cancelled and 2 will also get cancelled. So I will have 4 upon 17 into 100. All right. Now, 1 upon 17. 1 upon 17, this fraction, if converted into percentages, is 5.85 approximately, or 5.86. So 4 upon 17 will be 4 times 5.85. So this value will come near about 23 point something. All right. So 23 point something. I have one of these options. That is option C will be the correct answer of question number 9. Okay. All right. Or you could have calculated this one 400 upon 17. It will come out to be approximately 23 point something. All right. So option C is the correct answer of question number 9. Let's move on. Look at the last question of this set. The number of resolutions passed by France is how much more than the number of resolutions passed by Spain? All the options are given in terms of percentages. So basically, they're asking the number of resolutions passed by France is how much percentage more than the number of resolutions passed by Spain. All right. So number of resolutions passed by France is 90 and passed by Spain is 60. So 90 is what percentage more than 60? Okay, so that will be 90 minus 60 divided by 60 into 100. Simple calculation. So 30 divided by 60 into 100, and this comes out to be 50 percentages. 50 percentage. So option B is the correct answer. Abhishek, Kulkul and Kumar Anand, three of you have given the answer of this question. So option B, that is 50, is correct answer of question number 10. All right. So friends, that is all from my side for today's session. I hope you would have enjoyed, you would have learned something from this session, and just I'm repeating this thing again and again, that we'll be conducting all these sessions up till your CMAT or CET examinations on regular basis. Also, the students who are planning for CMAT or CET examination, they can attend all these sessions which are conducted for CMAT as well as CET. Okay, all right. Now, you can also join our MHCT specialized course, which has 55 plus live classes, 50 plus recorded live lectures, 250 plus pre-recorded conceptual classes. It has more than 3,500 practice questions having different level of difficulties. And also you will be given 12 mock papers which are based on actual paper pattern for of MSc. You can enroll for this specialized course using the link that is given in the description at a special price of 4,800 rupees. Also, you can register for CAT 2024 DILR strategy live interactive workshop, which will be conducted on 7th of February at 7 p.m. So visit our application and register for this workshop. It will be conducted on 7th of February at 7 p.m. Also get up to 90% scholarship on all our CAT preparation programs. The scholarship test will be conducted on 11th of February at 11 a.m. So register for this scholarship test for the preparation of CAT by visiting our application. All India Open Mock for CAT 2024 will be live starting 9th of February and it will be live up till 18th of February. So visit our application to register for this All India Free Open Mock for CAT 2024. Also check our CAT College Predictor. The link is given in the description of this session. If you have any doubts, fill in the form. The link is given. You can check the pinned comment. The link is given and just fill this form if you have any kind of query and you will get a call back from any of our mentors who will resolve this query. You can talk to our counselor on the BYJU'S exam prep application by clicking this button, talk to our counselor. You can get social with us on all these social media platforms. That's all from my side for today's session. Thank you very much for being a part of this session. Have a wonderful time. Bye bye.